Hi there, welcome back everyone. We just wanted to introduce you to a new project today. This is a bathroom remodel that we're doing, and it's really kind of cool. This is an old house, it's 100 years old. We're going to call this house the Downtown Bungalow. And we're not really doing anything else in the house right now. We're just remodeling and updating this bathroom. And bathrooms are kind of hard to video and film, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of step out of the camera and then let Jessica come in and film the bathroom for you while I'm kind of describing what we're going to do. So in this bathroom, because it's old, there's some things that we're doing that are unique. For example, you can kind of see off to the left there is the radiator that's under the sink. And we really don't, this is how they heat their house, and we really don't want to break into that system if we don't have to. And so they love their tile floor that you see. This is really cool tile floor. So we're going to protect the floor and protect the radiator while we're doing our demo, but the tile floor stays. And so, and then the sink, they just replaced the sink, and so we're keeping the sink, but where the tub is, we're doing a lot there. We're changing the tub to a shower. And if you see there's a window there, an old yucky window, we're going to actually remove that window and tile over the space. And the tile will go all the way to the ceiling. And then there's a fan on the ceiling. We'll be replacing that. And this, if you look over here to the right, there's a door that goes out of the bathroom, and they use it to keep a storage cabinet there. That door is going to stay there. They want to keep it there. So take a look at this toilet. It's pretty unique. It's an old toilet. They haven't been able to replace it. We might have to redo the plumbing underneath the toilet in order to put a new toilet in. But look at the raised tank. How cool is that? Never seen anything like that before in all my years of remodeling. But anyways, we're planning on replacing that toilet. This home is old enough that all the walls are lath and plaster. So part of my bid includes taking all the lath and plaster off and all this extra tile that's on, and then re-insulating the exterior walls and putting just regular sheetrock on. And around the shower, we put in a different kind of sheetrock. It's a new product that's called Dent Shield, and it's a mold and water resistant product that's really fantastic. And so we'll be putting that type of drywall around the tub shower. Jessica, I want you to step out for a second and get a picture of or a video of the tub itself. This is an old tub. I mean, this tub might be 75 or 100 years old, but look how deep it is. That's how deep they used to make tubs, and now the standard tubs that people put in homes are half that depth. But anyways, we're turning this into a shower. So this is kind of what we're looking with that to start with. We're going to put a whole new shower valve in with a sliding shower. We're putting in a new medicine cabinet, adding some lighting. We're putting in a recessed light over the shower. And if you look behind the door here, the switch for the light is behind the door. And so we're going to move it to the correct side of the door right here. The demo has been a nightmare. It's been a lot more involved than we thought. I wanted to build the walls all the way back to the 2x4s. They're actually not 2x4s, they're ancient timbers, it looks like. Getting all the lath and plaster off has been really tough. I want to show you a few things that we've been dealing with that has been making this really hard. For example, behind me here, you can see that we're trying to get all this tile peeled off, and this is the original framing, and they put this metal sheeting on. I mean, today we call it diamond lath, but it looks a lot different. But we're trying to get it all peeled off, and it's just a lot of work. There's 2 layers of mud on there, and then the tile, and plus this metal sheeting. So it's been really hard to get it off. You can see up here in this corner, you can see the lath and plaster, and all of this right here is the old lath and plaster style, the way they used to do the walls in houses. And when I gave my estimate to redo this bathroom, I wanted to take the lath and plaster off in the bathroom and put normal, everyday drywall. We hate lath and plaster, such a pain to deal with. And so if you look over here, look at these massive studs. They're rough cut studs and they're massive. And then also look at the electrical. Instead of the wires that we have, normally all the wires are together, but now they have the common wire here and the power there, and there's no ground. And so we'll probably do a little bit of rewiring there. And then all of the piping is galvanized. And so anyways, it's been a rough remodel for us, or a demo I should say. And it's really hard. See this radiator down here? We're trying to keep that in place because it's a lot of work. It's a closed system, and this is what they use to heat the house with. And so if we unhook it, we introduce air and stuff like that. We have to purge the whole system. So we're really trying not to replace this remove this radiator. And this is the craziest bathroom that I've ever done. This house is so old, and so we're just having to deal with stuff that I anticipated some of it, but certainly not all of it. Just to start with, there was a window right here, and we were going to actually get rid of the window and not have a window in here, but they decided that they want to keep the window. So we took it out, and I've ordered a new window, so there will be a new window that goes in here. The one that was there before was all metal framed and single pane and stained glass, and so we took that out, and we're putting in a nice double pane window with obscure glass in it. And then right here, we put some framing in above the sink. The sink's going to go back right here. And we did some framing here so that we can have a recessed medicine cabinet, which is just right out here. That's the medicine cabinet that we're going to be putting in. It's a really cool medicine cabinet that they've chosen. So we're going to put that in right here above the sink. And then we also framed in a space for a niche that will be in the shower. Remember, we're converting this from a tub to a shower. Have you ever heard of lath and plaster? That's the old way of doing sheetrock. If you look, this is the back side of lath and plaster. So what they do, this is the lath, and what they do is they put these boards on and leave a little gap so that the plaster sticks out between it and it holds it in place. And so that's how they used to do the finishes on walls in houses, this lath and plaster. And the plaster sometimes can be pretty thick, and it's really yucky to work with. And so when I bid to do this bathroom, I decided that I wanted to take all the lath and plaster off. You can kind of see all the stains on the drywall from the plaster. And in fact, if you're wondering where the term drywall comes from, I don't know this for sure, but this is my guess, is that when you do lath and plaster, all this plaster is wet when it goes on. And now when we use drywall, it's dry. It's a sheet, and you just put it on, and there's no mixing or anything like that. So that's probably where the term drywall came from back in the early days when they were switching from lath and plaster to drywall. Anyways, if we look over here on this front wall, we found all kinds of fun stuff. We found that there's no framing here. It's just a brick wall. And so we had to put some furring strips in so that when we put the sheetrock on, it'll be flush with the jamb on the doors. Then we can put casing around it. But on this one, the switch to turn the light on was behind the door. And so you have to walk into the bathroom and reach behind the door to get to the switch. So we fixed that. So now we've moved it. So now it's over here. We put a hole in the brick right here, and because of the furring strips, we were able to get some wiring down here and put some wiring in for the vanity light. And then we've added a recessed can light above the shower as well. And then since we've been here last, we've got all the plumbing done. So we have all new plumbing. We replaced a lot of the plumbing that was here and put it into the new PEX that we use all the time. We moved the drain the drain for the tub was over here underneath that box, and we moved it over here for the shower. I noticed another issue that we're going to have to be dealing with is that, remember, we're keeping this tile floor because we don't want to take out this radiator. But when they had tile wainscot on the walls, and they've furred it out so far because of the lath and plaster and everything else. If you look down here, we've got a pretty good gap between the tile and the wall. And I'm not really 100% sure how we're going to deal with that, because by the time we put drywall on here, there's still going to be like an inch gap right there. So we'll figure it out, and I'll let you know in one of these next videos what we decide to do with that. But that's something that we're going to have to deal with, because we're not replacing this floor, mostly because of the radiator that heats this bathroom. So anyways, this is the downtown bungalow, and it's old. It's been here a long time. And the people that live here actually bought it from the guy that built it. He was a contractor years and years ago, and that's who they bought it from. And they've raised their whole family in this house. And so we're excited to update this bathroom for him and make it very functional, and make it a shower instead of a tub. So I showed you that we're doing the recessed medicine cabinet right here, and then we're doing a niche right here in the shower. And it's actually, I call it a double niche, because this is the niche that we put in right here. So check this out. It's all waterproof. It's all one piece in plastic. And so what we do is we take it and we put it in here, and then it'll go in after the sheetrock. And then the tile guy waterproofs around the edges, but see, it's all one piece, so there's nothing to worry about leaking wise. And then when my tile guy is putting it together, he's going to take this shelf and he'll put it in right about here. And so you can put all your shampoos and conditioner and stuff right there. And then right here is where you can put your soap and your razors or whatever else you need in the shower. So this is pretty cool. This is something that allows us to do a niche without ever having to worry about it leaking or creating water damage or anything like that. And then down here, we're going to put a bench in the shower when we're putting it together. And that bench will be made out of a big chunk of styrofoam. I'll show that to you when we get it here. Making lots of progress on the downtown bungalow. The drywall's all been done. If you can see, we've got all the drywall everywhere. This is the texture that they chose to put on the drywall. It's a pretty nice texture. It'll paint up really nice. And then you can see this gray drywall back here. Some of you might be familiar with the drywall called green board. Green board is the old drywall that we used to put around showers and tub surrounds and stuff like that. But now this is the new version. It's called Dense Shield, and it's a lot more moisture and mold resistant. And in fact, the city inspectors won't accept the green board anymore. So I don't even know why they still sell it at Home Depot, because it's not to code. But this product is great, and it's got kind of a vinyl surface to it. And it's moisture and mold resistant. You see all the green painting that's going on here. That's a waterproofing. So we're kind of waterproofing. You only need to go up so high, but all the screw holes and all the joints and stuff like that. Oh, by the way, you see a window here. We were supposed to cover this, take the old window out and cover it up, but they decided that they wanted to keep a window here. So now we have a new window. If you look down here, I'm standing in the shower pen, and there's a few things I want to show you. This is the curb that keeps all the water in. It's a little bit narrower than what we typically make it, because there's not a lot of room to work with here. So we want to try and keep the shower as wide as we could. A lot of guys will do the shower curbs out of 2x4s or whatever, but the problem is that they warp and it'll mess up the tile. So we do our curbs out of concrete. And then this shower pan it has a rubber membrane underneath the concrete. It's all been painted with the waterproofing, but there's also a rubber membrane underneath the concrete that ties directly into the drain. So even if water gets through the concrete, it hits that rubber membrane and it'll still go down the drain. It's pretty cool stuff. Also, you see we have a shower bench in here. This shower bench is actually made out of styrofoam. It's it's just made out of a high density styrofoam. And again, I try not to do my benches out of dimension lumber or wood framing because they can warp. And this way, it's all sealed and sealed in, and it won't ever warp on us. And it'll works great. I do it all the time. And then up here, you can see the shower niche that we've installed. This is actually all one piece, except for this. This goes up and down, but the shower niche itself is all one piece, and that way again, don't have to worry about any water issues, and it's all waterproofed and everything around it. So this will look really nice. Now I want to show you the tile. This is the tile that we're going to be putting on the floor. Beautiful hues of green. So when you're doing floor tile on in a shower, everything slopes to the drain, so you can't use like big tiles. And so this type of tile works great. We typically also always put it on the top of the bench and the back wall of the niche as well. So it looks really cool. And then the tile that's going on the walls is going to be this. It's called Idle Tier Gray, and we get it at Floor and Decor. It's a great product, but it's going to go on the wall vertically in a stacked format, so it won't overlap in any direction. It'll all be stacked on top of each other. And it'll look, sometimes we'll call that a soldier style, but it's going to look fantastic. Also, one other thing I wanted to show you. You remember earlier I showed you this gap on the floor right here. We're using this really fancy shop light to give us light in the bathroom here. It actually looks pretty antique to go along with this house. But you can see that gap that goes across right here. That's the difference between the lath and plaster walls that were here and the sheetrock walls. So I have to figure out a way to fill that gap because we're not replacing the floor tile. And the reason we're not replacing the floor tile is because of the radiator that's on the floor. So I have this piece of styrofoam made that's just the right thickness. And so that's actually going to go, it won't actually fit right now, but it's going to go right here on the floor, and then we'll cover it with tile on the top and the sides. And so it'll just look like a thicker tile baseboard, so it'll look really nice. One other thing that I do with my tile work is I don't like exposed, or sometimes what I call raw edges of the tile, where it doesn't have any of the same finish on it as the surface. I don't like to see that. And so we use a product, we call it Schluter. And Schluter is a brand name, but it's also kind of a generic term for this stuff. This is made by Schluter Systems. But what we do is we put this trim on, and it'll go right on the wall on the edge of the shower and go straight up, and then the tile will butt into this. In fact, let me show you real quick. So if I put this tile in here, this will butt up to it, and so you can see it doesn't, you got a nice clean finished edge. This stuff comes in all different colors, so you can match your fixtures or whatever color scheme you want. And but now, instead of having, let me show you what it looks like if you don't have this. See that raw edge? It's kind of orangish. Yeah, we don't want that. I don't want that. And so that's why we use this product, this Schluter product. If you're wondering what this hole is for in the drywall, this is where we're putting a medicine cabinet when we get all finished up. So we're getting close. Get the tile work done, and then a little bit of paint, put the sink back on, put the toilet in, and we're done. So we're right there. We're all done with the downtown bungalow bathroom. And so I wanted to just point out a couple of things, and then we're going to just film the whole thing, close-ups and stuff, and let you get a good look at how this turned out. But it turned out really nice. A couple of points. This was really a tight spot for a toilet, and the one that we had originally picked out actually didn't fit. The door wouldn't shut. And so I had to search high and low to find a toilet that would fit in this little space right here, so that the door would open and close. You can see it just barely misses the toilet. And also, We got the shower all done and the niche and everything just turned out so nice. I did want to show you this medicine cabinet that we put in. It's kind of crazy. So it looks really good because it's all recessed, but when you open it, there's mirrors everywhere. Mirror on the back side, mirror on the back wall. It's crazy. You can really get see too much of yourself. So I'm going to step out of the way and let Jessica just film this whole thing. They picked out a really cool light fixture above the vanity. I think it turned out really nice. So I really hope you've enjoyed watching us transform this bathroom from an old bathroom with a tub to a really nice shower and a nice finished bathroom. If you like what you saw, hit the like button down below. And also, if you don't mind subscribing, that would be awesome too. We'd love to show you more of what we're doing. In fact, to that point, this home, the downtown bungalow, is so unique. There are some really cool architectural features in this house. And I got permission from the homeowner to show those to you. So we're going to do a separate video of the downtown bungalow and its really cool architectural features.